Greetings, peoples of the universe. My name's John Vakmos, and today I have to say I'm sorry. I recorded 2 whole episodes, and none of it had audio. My microphone was turned off, and I have nothing but video. And since the video with no sound is boring, and my commentary is particularly good, I think I'm going to spend this episode just kind of going over what I did in those previous episodes. I have to say I am truly sorry about this. I hate that it had to happen. Good news is we're on stage 2 now. I have access to stone. I have access to all sorts of good things. My food problems have been going away. I started a quarry. I got myself some basic stone tools, and I went over the rules for this next part of the challenge. So, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and reread the rules while I tear down some of this area, because what I'm planning on doing is deconstructing all the stuff that I've built and then building it better. I'll still be technically on stage 2. I'll just have to rebuild everything. Make sure I have all the proper buildings, all the proper assignments, blah 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 blah. So let's go ahead and start reading the rules. I may only use wooden or stone tools. Check, check, and check. You may not use any iron collected for any use. I can collect it, and I actually have some iron already collected. I need food. Food is something I forgot. So let's see. Let's grab my cookies. I did fulfill all the requirements. I got the wheat. And I could probably fulfill the food requirement again right now. I have so much wheat growing. So let's go ahead and read the rules. Let's see here. I need to build 3 watchtowers. Outside of this town. For that, what I'm thinking is I'll probably, instead of making watchtowers, I'm going to build gates that have, not necessarily gates, almost forgot. Not gates, I'm stupid. I'm going to end up building essentially entranceways, kind of waypoints that you kind of have to follow in order to get to the village. So essentially choke points for, say, if an enemy tried to invade or something like that. That's kind of the general idea of that thing. That's what I'm getting. So watchtowers don't really fit in with kind of what I'm planning on doing for this city. If you guys want me to do specifically watchtowers, I can do that, but I need to see some interest in that before I actually move on to stage 3. After that, I'm not bothered. I need 5 houses, according to the stage 1 specifications. You know, bedroom, bedroom, door, bed, etc., etc. I need farms for each of the animals in their own specific pens with 2 animals each, so I need to set up some animal farms. Okay, what else? I need to build a town hall. That's the first thing I'm going to end up building after I set up my temporary outside building base. It has to have a front door, a meeting room, another room, and then a town treasury, which is essentially going to be my storage room. What I'm thinking for this city, this is just my thoughts right now, I'm going to end up building, my original thought was to build actual floors over this city. I'm sorry, my mind is going in every which way. I'm thinking about the construction of this, how the city's going to end up being built. What I'm thinking is I'm going to build For each of the farms, it's going to be a house on top of the animal pen. So that'll be interesting. A house on top of the animal pen, which is going to be on the ground. And essentially what's going to end up happening is when I want to add a new stage, I build on top of the house. With essentially, it'll be completely sealed off and you have to go through the central town hall elevator thingy. With bridges going every which way. I think it'll look cool. I'm kind of thinking, how Coruscant looks in Star Wars. Yes, I'm a nerd. Anyway, continuing with the rules. I need 2 other community structures. So what do we want to do for those? The quarry itself is going to be part of the mining. It's going to be part of the mining district in the next area. I need to go build myself some more axes, particularly not wooden axes. It suggests things like a library, an inn, bathhouses, stuff like that. So I don't know, I'll think about it. That's an interesting thing I really do have to figure out. Let's see. The treasury, it has to have certain materials already set up and built and constructed. It's, like, pretty much has to be stocked. That's the word I'm looking for, stocked. It used to be stocked with 1 of each kind of stone tool, and a full set of leather armor, as well as 2 different kinds of food. So I'm thinking, because I have to do animal farms, I'm going to do cookies, and I'm going to do meat. So that'll form so fruits and vegetables and meat. You need your protein, you need all your good yummy stuff. So that'll be important. Replant this. There. Now I can continue to tear this down. Let's see. What else? That covers all the rules. So let's see here. How much time do I have? I'm on 8 minutes, okay. Let's see here. What else to talk about? I've started doing snapshot videos. So I'm pretty much what I end up doing is I go right over the exact, essentially what they say on the Mojang website. Hey, Enderman. Bye, Enderman. Bye, freaky teleporting tall monster thingy. They added Enderman sounds in there. Kinda creepy. They added all sorts of sounds in the new update. So I'm debating whether to go ahead and just use the snapshot, but it says it's unstable. So I may or may not use that. I'm thinking I won't, because it's unstable and it might destroy this world. And honestly, I do not want that to happen. I like this world. I like where it's going, I like what's happening. Let's see here, what else did they add? They added bats. They're not enemies per se. And they spawn naturally in caves, or at least if you go on a super flat world, they spawn. So my guess is what has ended up happening is they made the code so that if there's space below a certain level, like say you hollow out this gigantic cave structure underneath the ground and it's all lit up, pretty much they have to spawn underneath the ground, essentially. Oh boy, my voice is going. Let's see, what else? They added a witch, which, to my disappointment, just looked like kind of like a villager that didn't really, that kind of was just wearing some hats and stuff. It was wearing a hat and a purple robe, a few amulets and stuff. It's actually a pretty decently strong monster. It throws potions. On to the next house. Those potions of poison, and it throws potions of poison, instant damage, and slowness. And it buffs itself. I noticed that it isn't particularly a very smart AI. I think it's kind of like a clone from the skeleton AI. It just kind of stands there and shoots at you. It doesn't matter how close you get. What I found kind of funny is its nose, if you hit it, it'll kind of go, meh, it'll turn up. So I just kind of thought that was funny. Okay, let's see. What else did they add? Tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of new sounds. Like, it's awesome. Some of them are better than others. Essentially, what ended up happening, and I can attest to this. On the forum, someone talked about wanting sounds for the Ender Dragon fight. This was on Reddit, and what ended up happening was, Dinnerbone saw it, and he's like, well, if there's new sounds, then we'll go ahead and implement it. And everyone's like, Z418 already made tons of new sounds, which he did. If you check out Vakmos' video, or, it's just, he made a ton of cool new sounds for Minecraft, including new music. It just all had to be implemented. And since Dinnerbone discovered it, he added it. One thing to note, however, is they talked about how they're reaching the end of stuff they want to do for this update. And what they want to do is they want to polish Minecraft, kind of like they did for the 1.3 snapshot for the last little while. There wasn't really anything interesting added. It was just them cleaning up bugs and issues and problems. Not a whole lot of new features. It's mostly just polish, is how they put it. Polish. Can't you polish? One thing that I'm hoping they add is the mod API. Everyone talks about, oh, the mod API, the mod API. We must have the mod API. Die skeleton. So that's kind of interesting. So it's okay. There we are. Finally got it. Essentially, what the mod API will allow us to do is there's a certain. I'm a programmer, so I kind of understand this a little better. In programming, an API is the tools and the commands that you use in a program to get stuff done. Like in Minecraft, there are certain commands you can use in order to, say, create a new block of some kind. It will add certain characteristics to a block, or, just general stuff. And for the last little while, because Minecraft's been so buggy, not buggy, I would call it beta. Because Minecraft has been beta for so long, like even now, I would still call it beta because they're still adding tons and tons of new stuff. Despite the fact that it is technically officially released. So, that's interesting. So, for the last little while, it's been just kind of this every which way. And, we're reaching 14 minutes mark. Okay, I'm going to tear this thing apart and we'll call it an episode. So, what's been happening is what all the mod developers want is for Mojang to sit down and say, hey, this is the commands we're going to use from now on. This is how it's going to be done. Thing is Mojang, what it has to do is it has to rework what they say they need to do is they need to rework the light engine and the sound engine. Essentially, they need to make it so that the sounds and the light and stuff is all fixed, so no more lighting errors and such. Dynamic lighting is what they call it. I think that's for stuff like colored light and stuff like that. Let's see here. This house is 15 minutes. So, my name is John Vakmos. Comment, like, and subscribe. And I will see you later.